Okay, this is slick. This is Squeak running at native speed in a Chrome web browser. It's basically a plugin that automatically loads from a website and lets you to do all sorts of Squeak-like stuff. It's running Squeak. It's not running Squeak on JavaScript or Smalltalk interpreted into some other language. This is actually Squeak that's running using the native code that's accessed through the browser. And in fact, you can do just about anything in it you can do with the Squeak that comes with eToys. You notice the little car bouncing around. Right now it's set at a heading of 2 whenever it bounces, so let's set it back to what it was when I first opened the page a while back, which was 2. So now it changes its heading by 2 when it bounces off of something. So we'll let that continue running. We'll go to a different project, and I'll figure out how to close this in a second, or at least move it away. Yeah. Oh well. Here is a painting tool that isn't quite working right. Note to self, report this as a bug. But anyway, you can see you get all sorts of little things. You can create little text thingies that are editable. Edit. Edit. A ball. And should be resizable. Yep. And movable and so on. Let's grab another something so you can see more about it. More supplies. I found out already that sounds don't work. Let's get a object catalog so you can see the default stuff that's available with the eToys version of Squeak. You got a particle thingy that basically, when it's working, which it isn't right now, unfortunately, note to self, more debugging. We got a polygon editing thing. Just an arbitrary polygon you can stretch, move around. You have a slider thing that could, in theory, be hooked up to something else. You got all sorts of stuff that won't work because it's related to sound, which isn't working. Just for fun, here's a clock that's not set to the right time. Here's a magnifier thingy. Notice that if you drag it around, it magnifies whatever it's over. These are all things that are included with Squeak you normally download off the internet as a standalone program, and they're actually working reasonably well, at least some of them. Within the web browser. Still not the right time. Who knows why. Scripting. Connectors, games. A version of New Chess, I believe. That's been rewritten in Smalltalk. So let's do a Ruy Lopez opening. Okay. Now we can do the traditional thing that really messes us up because it's too simple for words. Now you know why it's good not to do that, because it's a lousy chess opening. I knew that, I just haven't played chess in forever. Okay, so you can see there's much stuff. It's all written in Squeak, Smalltalk. In fact, let's open something like a workspace traditional workspace. Notice this is an older version of Smalltalk. The interface isn't as slick as the newer versions. Open up a transcript, and now we can do the traditional transcript show hello world. Let's put quotes around that so it's going to know that that's text and not some weird set of variables it's never heard of, and add a carriage return at the end. And when we do it, for some definition of do it, it says hello world. And we can of course put our little thing over it and see hello world magnified, and everything else that's written in squeak here can be magnified too. And it's just cool. I think it's really slick. And there you have it. One could presumably add all sorts of tools to this thing, and you would be able to have a full, powerful 1980 workstation sitting in your web browser, running at the full speed of normal squeak, which I think is just slicker than heck.